Hello fellow colorists, welcome back to the end of the month video. It is Wednesday, the March 27th. I am actually going to release this earlier than I originally thought. On Sunday's video I said I was going to release this video on Easter, but I decided to go ahead and release it early so that more people had a chance to kick back and relax and just enjoy your Easter with family and friends. So again, next week, 0 videos from me. I'm actually going to take a holiday. My girlfriend has arrived and we were traveling back together. So we're just going to have some fun. And so I will see you the second week of April. So let's get to it. Today is the March completed pages video. We'll look at our stats for the month. We had a couple of things that happened. We had both the St. Patrick's Day and we also have Easter at the end of the month. So I've kind of got a variety of green and Easter eggs going on in the calendar. I completed 23 coloring pages. I did 1 craft, which you will see shortly. I did 9 videos and I think 5 hashtags, 6 hashtags, something like that. We are ending the subs. I'm doing it, counting it early, so today is the 24th that I'm actually filming this, so it's 2,166. So welcome to 43 new subscribers in the last month. Hello, thank you for joining me here on the channel. I don't ask every single video for subscribers or liking or sharing or any of that. I figure once a month is enough to hear that spiel, so here it is. If you enjoy what you see here on the channel, please go ahead and consider subscribing. Okay, that's it for the introductions. I do have everything written down. I did 5 buddy colors. Actually 6, because one was a 3-way buddy color. So I have still kept it to 5 different pages, but 6 buddy colors for the month. And here is all of my page information that we will just shift over to the side and we'll get started at looking at our pages right away. Okay, let's go. And here we go. These are March completed projects. I did 1 craft this month. This was a 30 by 30 round drill diamond painting I purchased off of Amazon while I was here. Just wanted something small that would easily pack inside my suitcase. I love owls, so this was just the face of an owl. I thought it was pretty striking. It did turn out well. No problems with the canvas, and not sure who it's by because it's all in Chinese, but happy with how it turned out. And this will go back home with me, and then I'll put it in my portfolio sleeve book. So that is my 1 craft for the month. All the rest are completed pages, so let's start with those. And I'm actually going to start off with a loose piece of paper, and that's because this is a page from Romantic Country number 3 by Erie, and I have a buddy color with the lovely Amanda from Amanda Colors this month. We set that buddy color up before I left on my vacation, so I removed the page from the book. I disc bind all my 10 by 10 books, and so it was easy to remove. I put in a file folder to keep it safe, and I was able to bring it with me. So this is how I completed my page, and I'll just get you what I used on it. I used dual hybrid metallic gel pens for sure, because I can see them. I used the 4 Candies pencils and a little bit of Signo silver, and that's it. The 4 Candies were a waxy mechanical colored pencil, and those were one of the ones that I had. I also did some clear stardust on, you can see on the ice cream, some of them. Just had some fun. I really like the colors teal and pink together, and then I thought yellow would just kind of accent that. So that's how I completed my page. Let's take a look at Amanda's page. Amanda said she was feeling pink when she colored her page. I think it looks very pink indeed and very cute. So hope to do more pictures with Amanda in the future. And that is my first buddy color for the month. Thank you, Amanda. Okay, we'll start off on the books now. This is Joanna Basford's Small Victories. I am trying to use this book as a quick light coloring. I'm trying to remind myself not every picture has to be a masterpiece, nor does it have to have a background. So keeping that in mind, this is the picture I did. This was a buddy color with the lovely Color and Create with Jana, and we picked the aquarium page. And when I had seen this picture before, I envisioned this as a rock, and these are all coral and things that you would find on, in the sea. And then I saw how Jana completed her page, and I was like, oh, of course, like it totally makes sense. And now I see it in a totally different way. So we'll finish off with my page, and then we'll take a look at Jana's. I've got some dual hybrid on here around the edge of the picture, and then otherwise I used the 4 Candies mechanical crayons or colored pencils, and also glaze. So everything on here is glaze. The background looks like it could be some Staedtler, but I think it is just the candies smoothed out probably with Gamsol. But yeah, really happy that I kept the page colorful and fun. And here is Jana's page. And I'll actually put them side by side so you can see the totally different look that each page ends up with. Jana did hers as a cave, and I did mine as a rock. So totally different pictures. And yeah, I thought that was really fun how we looked at the page and saw something different. So thank you so much for coloring with me, Jana. I love how her page turned out. I think it's just brilliant. And I hope to be able to color again with Jana in the future. I will link all the people that have channels below. I will link their channel in the video description, so make sure you go and check out their channels as well. Another page from Small Victories. I am doing with Cindy, my coloring buddy, the Coloring Checklist Challenge, and it is by Color and Chat with Sammy. That's her YouTube channel. So this is a checklist from 2023-2024, and we both pick the challenge, and then whatever page we do to make that challenge happen is what we do. And we picked a color a page using only 3 colors. You could also use skin tones and black and white. So I did this page from Joanna Basford, and my colors were pink, blue, and a teal green. So, and then I did a little bit of dual hybrid and a little bit of clear stardust around the outside of the butterfly. So the Staedtler pigment brush pens were the only items that I used on here, and no bleed through. Only time I have bleed through these days is actually when I use gel pen. So the gel pen on top of any kind of like pigment ink seems to seep through the paper, so having to watch the gel pen usage, and that's the dual hybrid. So a few other people have made that comment as well, that their dual hybrid pens are bleeding through, ghosting through the paper. So just to let you know, mine is as well. Okay. This next book is A Million Cute Animals by Lulu Mayo. It is one of my 5 books to complete this year. I spent quite a bit of time in this book this month because I did know that I wanted to complete the book. So I looked at all of the pages that I had left, and I basically, well, I did 8 pages this month, so including anything that looked like spring or Easter related. So quite a few bunnies. I'm going to start off by showing a three-way buddy color that I did with two lovely ladies, Cindy Visor. This is her page here. And we're calling this the Yin Yang Bunnies. Cindy did a beautiful bouquet type background on hers, and she opted for the dark, and so a dark gray and a white bunny, or almost black bunny. I really love how Cindy did her flowers. Just a beautiful, beautiful page. So thank you, Cindy. The other person that I did a buddy color with, or first time for a while, was Coloring with Amy. I will link her channel below. Amy did a slightly different kind of bouquet type background. Definitely go check out her completed pages video to get an explanation of what's in her background. She also did a dark rabbit and a light rabbit, and her rabbits were opposite to Cindy's. So I thought that was an interesting look at those two ladies. And my page, I went, of course, with realistic, and I chose to do a white rabbit and then a brown rabbit because those are the wild rabbits that are at my house. And for the white rabbit, I left the paper white, and then I did the clear Stardust gel pen on top of it. So hopefully you're seeing all of that shine. I used the Blick Studio pencils, some Gamsol to smooth it out, and then I used glaze pen on the flower dots. So they're a little bit raised, and that's kind of fun as well. Tried to keep the colors for the flowers to be spring-like, since I was thinking this was a kind of the changing of the seasons from summer to winter and winter to summer. And depending on where you live on the world, it will be either fall or spring. So this is our yin yang page. Thank you so much to both ladies. Thank you to Amy and Cindy for a great challenge on doing this page as a three-way buddy color. So I appreciate that. Okay, let's start at the beginning of the book now and see what I've done. I have a little tracker going on this page. So at the end of this month, I have 35 pages left in this book. And I'm not buying another Lulu Mail book until at least one of the ones I have gotten is finished. So this page is I did for Title Page Tuesday, which is part of Amanda Colors and Disney Meg's Coloring, the Color With Us Facebook group. They have a Title Page Tuesday, and so I did this double page spread for that. I used Neo Color 2 on the bottom, and for the clouds, I did it right on the paper. For the grass area, I used a moss green and then a little bit of brown as well. And for the clouds, I did it, I scribbled the Neo Colored crayon on a mat and then picked it up from the mat and brought it over. So two different ways of applying the Neo Color 2. The rest of the page is Staedtler pigment pens and also some Pitt Artist pens. And then for these white fluff balls, I used the Jelly Roll Stardust Clear. And then a little bit of glaze for the dots I really enjoyed, and some dual hybrid over here on the flowers for dots, and different dots and lines elsewhere. So no bleed through, which was good because I did color directly on the paper with the crayons here, and sometimes I worry about that. So that is that page. The next page here is this mushroom page. I did this last month in February. I wanted to keep the colors similar but not the same. So that's why I chose to do red toadstools or mushrooms here. I also think that this little mushroom man is adorable. So I used the Four Candies pencils as well as the Staedtler pigment pens. The white is actually the Jelly Roll white glaze, so it's a little bit raised, and I did some red glaze for accents elsewhere. We've got a four-leaf clover here. I did the background ahead of time before leaving for my vacation, and it is dry brushed blue and green ink pads, and then the eggs are me slicing up my washi tape and applying them, because I did know that I wanted it to be an Easter page. There's 4 little bunnies, so I made them different spring colors, kind of like peeps peeking out from the mushrooms. So just a fun page, but I thought it was Easter enough that I wanted to get it done this month. Okay, the next page is one of the last pages I did this month in this book, and some of it is pencil, the rest is the Staedtler pigment brush pens, the pigment pens. This is pencil, as is part of this, and also the waves down on the bottom. There is a lot happening on this page, so it took me a little bit of time. All of the owls are also in color pencil, and that's the Wax for Candy mechanical pencils. I kind of picked one item and then did all of the items that were similar, and then I moved on to the next item just to kind of keep it going. I did want the tree to be brown and then all of the owls to be brown so that they kind of blend in a little bit, but they're still very noticeable. At the very end, they had these swirling rainbow kind of things all over, and I was kind of stumped on what to do with those. And then I decided to use some glaze pens. So these are glaze pens, and I did the 2 outside lines first, waited for that to dry, and then I came in with the yellow and did the center line. If you put glaze together, they will run, so you do need to wait for them to dry. So that's a little tip for you there. I used some dual hybrid metallic, and I did that because I kind of wanted to match a little bit of what I had done last year, and I had done some metallic around there. So I used the same kind of colors for some of the flowers that I found over here, and just kind of making the pages cohesive. So this, a lot of her pages are very busy that I did this month, and so really just tackling the items one at a time. I'm not really sure also, like we have 2 Canadian geese, and also zoom you up a little bit. 2 Canadian geese here, and I don't know if this is a moon or a sun, but we also have a bright sun up here with some rays. So definitely a different kind of picture, and I used a little bit of white signal gel pen to do some dots and some highlights down here and on top of the waves. Okay, that's that page done. The next page is the title page picture, and this took me a few days. It was more rabbits than anyone actually needs to see on a page. It is totally done. The background is dried ink and then washi tape cut out eggs, and I've sprinkled them around the page because it definitely to me screamed Easter. Even the rabbits are shaped like eggs, so definitely it wasn't going to be an Easter page for me, and everyone's wearing an Easter bonnet. I tackled it with mostly the Blick Studio pencils, and then I also used some dual hybrid for accents, and then a lot of it was the Staedtler pigment brush pens. So lots of fun. I tried not to tried to keep somewhat of a limited color palette, just so that the bunnies are really only 3 or 4 different colors, and there are certainly more than 3 or 4 bunnies on here. So I tried to make it look reasonable, but not being too chaotic for the eye. And I do like how it turned out. I'm glad I did the page, but when I first looked at it, I'm like, oh boy, this was a lot. So that, and then this, if you didn't think you'd had enough bunnies, this is the last page that I did in this book. This page was from last year, and it was Buddy Color with Coloring with Jamie. This page I did the background with Neo Color 2, and I used a little bit more water than I normally do, so I could actually feel the paper has changed texture a bit, and it looks like it's starting to ghost on this side. So you do still need to be careful with the amount of water you use. I used Blick Studio pencils and a little bit of the clear Stardust and some gold dual hybrid. And yeah, fun Still so many rabbits, but now all of the rabbits are done in this page except for, I noticed, the very first title page. So I'm going to leave this though for next month or the month after. So those were all the pages done in A Million Cute Animals, and we are getting close to having a completed book. Next book by size is Sea of Colors by Angela Gonzalez. This is also one of my 5 books to complete this year, and we are down to 21 pages left. I did 2 pages this month. The first one being the group buddy color for Amanda Colors group buddy color. We are completing the book. I'm probably completing it a little bit faster than everybody else, but that's totally fine. This is a page at the back. Actually wasn't one of the ones that I had ever planned on completing because it's kind of one of the activity pages, but it was fun to do. I did look up on Google all the 7 many marine animals that are in danger of extinction. I did look them up so that I could color them semi-realistically as at all possible. I did use some glaze pen to give them some bubbles coming up as if they were in water and breathing. Otherwise, I just did a combination of Blick Studio pencils and some Pitt Artist pens and some Staedtler pens. And on the penguin, I did use some white Signo gel pen to try and get white on white and a few white accents on that guy. No background this time. I just did the bubbles. So there was that page. Thanks, Amanda, for hosting that. This is the other page I did complete for March, and I used the 4 Candies mechanical pencils, a little bit of dual hybrid, and some Staedtler pigment pens. Most of it is pencil crayon though, so happy with how that turned out. Just a fun, easy color page while I actually had the TV on. The place where I'm staying actually does have working television, so the TV has been on. I have been catching up on a few shows, and my dog is actually, Daisy, has been barking at any commercials that have dogs or cats or horses in them. The TV is so large, she is like leaping off the couch barking at them. So it's been an entertainment all on its own. Now we're moving into the next tiny book, and it is Tiny World's Secret Wonders. There is a full flip through on my channel should you wish to see it. I did 1 page this month, and I did that to celebrate National Oreo Cookie Day. Oreo Cookie has a birthday in March, and there is a video of me completing most of this page on that. It was March the 6th, which is also my wedding anniversary. So it was fun to do a page. I used Neocolor 2, a little bit of gelato, distressed crayons, because I don't have any gelatos here with me. I wanted to use gelato, but otherwise I used the Blick Studio pencils and the little bit of the silver dual hybrid, some silver Signo, and the Staedtler pigment pens. It's very detailed, so if you want to see me coloring it and looking at it a little bit closer, then by all means check out that video. I did have fun, and I added a few more sparkles in here. There's some dual hybrid there was little sprinkles in the chocolate ice cream over here. So yeah, so this was called Ice Cream Canyon Ridge, and celebrating the birthday of the Oreo cookie. And that was my first page from here. So this also goes for Color Your Hoard March 2024. And I better make sure that I've actually posted that. Okay, the next books are going to be full-size books. So I have adjusted the camera a little bit. We are looking at Grains of Gold by Hannah Carlson. So this is her compilation book. And I am using this book while I do the gem series. So the birthstones of for the year. And I used this one to do the aquamarine down here. I also did a couple of aquamarines on this page. So I just did some demo on the aquamarines here during the video. So there is a video for this, and there's a playlist for all of the gems, and the gems will grow every month. Or sorry, the playlist will grow, of course, every month. So what I used on here, the background is Neocolor 2 that has been diluted with water. I've got the glaze on the stamen of the daffodils. I've got a little bit of glaze on some of these down here and some dual hybrid. Otherwise, I've used the Blick Studio pencils and also a little bit of the Staedtler pigment pens, I believe. Let me just confirm that. Yes, so Blick Studio pencils, Staedtler pigment pens, glaze pens, some Stardust Clear, dual hybrid, and Neocolor 2 for the background. And I didn't do anything with all these spots yet because I didn't have any stickles with me, and I have done the other side, so I could put stickles on maybe when I get home. But yeah, happy with how this turned out. I love the colors. I love the yellow and the teal together. I thought that was pretty with some pink. So yeah, I hope you are enjoying the gem series. I look forward to be adding a few more gems to my collection of the different gems that I can color. So happy with this page, and happy to be finally getting a bunch of pages done in this book. And that is the one page from Grains of Gold. The next book is The Ink House. This is a book that I am trying to complete as well. So I have a brand new buddy color. Her name is T. She's new to me. She's a subscriber here on the channel. So hello, T. Thank you so much for buddy coloring with me. I believe this is her first ever buddy color, and also first for her in this book. So she was a little nervous getting going, and so I want to share her page with you here. I think she did a great job. We both had a problem thinking about how to do the table. So the table already had a little bit of color, but not really. I like that she went ahead and colored all of the crockery, the teacups and the teapot and everything. So she did great. So thank you so much, T. I think your giraffe turned out awfully cute, and he looks like he's enjoying his treat. And I'll show you my page. Here's my page. So we both decided to leave the table white. I also left these are actually a light gray color, so I left those and I just accented them with some teal. So as if that they were light gray with teal. I used a darker teal on the chairs, lighter teal on here, and then I have white glaze on I'm envisioning whipped cream. And then there's chocolate sauce on top of it. And I've got some Stardust Clear for the shiny bits. And some white. And then this was the pigment pens and also the Blick Studio pencils. And I thought it kind of the colors went well with the opposite page. So happy with how that turned out. And I used some dual hybrid as little spots for the sparkles, and I like how it turned out. No bleed through, thank goodness, because this is a page or a book that I really don't want any bleed through to happen. So thanks, T. I hope that you keep coloring in your book, because I think it'll be a great thing once they're all finished. Now, I also completed this page, and I had previously already done a gelato background on this page to match this one here that I did last month as a buddy color. So this is the page that I did, and I used the Pitt Artist pens and the Staedtler pigment pens, and then I used a little bit of pencils on the wings, and then I covered them with the Stardust clear glaze, and I'm happy with how it turned out. But oh my goodness, so many leaves, so many leaves. Okay, and then, so actually I did 3 pages out of this book this month. So did I write that down correctly? I did. This was also for our Wednesday page, Whimsical Wednesday, where we are coloring something that starts with a W. We did the 3 different watches. I did cool gray, warm gray, and a gold bronze. And then I did the owl on my own. So the owl is something you haven't seen yet. The background is Distressed Crayon and Gelato. And this is the Blick Studio pencils on Nigel. And happy with how that turned out. Happy to get 3 pages done in this book this month. I am now down to 27 pages in this book left to go. So we're on our way. Another first was the St. Patrick's Day. We did a reverse coloring page from the reverse coloring book by Kendra Norton. We did a page on St. Patrick's Day, and we did this page here. There is a full video on how I completed it, and I've got Neocolor 2 in the background. Up top, on the bottom is Distressed Crayon. The rest of it is a combination of marker and some clear. So the reverse coloring book is the page is done and you draw what you see, and then so I drew what I saw and then did some coloring on top. So we've got Pit Artist pens down here, and yeah, just a fun book. And I challenge anybody else that has this book to pull it out and give it a go, and tag me. I'd love to see your results, because this definitely got my brain thinking in a different way, and yeah, it was fun. I'm leaving the best to last. This is Mystic Animals. So this was also a video that's up on my channel, and this happened just on Sunday, on Palm Sunday. We are doing the animals of the zodiac. So I did the koi fish, and that is this page. So I hope you enjoyed that video. This is how it turned out. The items I used are the Blick Studio pencils. I used some white glaze. I used some clear Stardust. I used Neocolor 2 and some dual hybrid metallic, a little bit of orange glaze there, and some white, some silver Signo, and some white gel pen, and some black glaze for his whiskers. I'm happy with how the page turned out. I did use some reference photos of different koi fish, so I've got one with darker spots and one with the orange and white. So yeah, happy with how that turned out, and I am enjoying coloring more animals and adding animals to my rotation in my coloring. This next book is Nostalgia. It's a Korean coloring book. Some people are calling them the Green Ivy books, and this is a book that's my last purchase here in the States, and I actually haven't even hauled this book, but I am. So you're seeing a preview of it. It is a hardbound book. It's quite chunky. It's got great paper. I'm still trying to figure out which mediums work best in this paper. This page here, they're all numbered. So this is page 15, and it is from 2013. On this side is a picture completed by the artist, and it's dated, and there's some Korean writing here that I haven't had a chance to go and review myself. I used the Blick Studio pencils this time, some Staedtler pigment pens and 1 Pitt Artist pen. And so trying out, again, like I said, I'm just trying this book with different mediums. The paper is quite thick, but it doesn't seem to, it absorbs watercolor. It doesn't like allow you to move it much. So I think that I will be using more pencils and pigment pens in here than watercolors. But yeah, so this is a little girl and her black cat in all of the pictures, and she is catching cherry blossoms. So that's this picture. So quite happy with how this turned out. And the second page I did in this book, and it's going to be landscape. So let me flip the camera. First, this is the picture that the artist did. This is from 2017. And this is the picture that I did. So when you get these books, they have a lot of patterns on the like the clothing and everything, but it's you that draws that in, so it's left white, and you put the pattern in if you so desire. So I didn't do the same colors as the picture for some of them. I used the Faber-Castell aqua pencils that I have here. So these are definitely cheap student grade, this Gold Faber, not the same quality as my Albert Durr for sure. So I'm not sure if it was that or what. I also used Neocolor 2 and some Pitt Artist pens here. And yeah, really happy how this turned out. I do look forward to having like my Micron fine liner. I would have rather had that for the hair. But yeah, very cute. I did change the colors here. I do like how I got the bubbles to look, and I did that with the aqua pencils and then a little bit of Blick Studio pencils on top. But most of this was done just with watercolor mediums, and that's where I kind of learned that it warped the paper a little bit for sure, because this is the area I used the most water for the Neocolor 2 pens, crayons. But yeah, really happy with having this book. It's going to add quite a bit of weight to my suitcase, as are all the books. So that'll be fun going back home. But otherwise, this is Nostalgia by Green Ivy. And here is a page that I'm very excited to show you. This is a new book to me that I bought while away. It was recommended to me by a few people, fellow subscribers, when I mentioned that I couldn't find a sea goat. And they told me where I could find one. And so I looked it up. I did some flip throughs, watched some flip throughs of it, and found that yes, indeed, this did hold a sea goat. Now, Candace from Happy Catastrophes reached out to me and asked if I would like to do, she has this book and also had not done the sea goat, and asked if we could buddy color together. I said sure, and then we had a delightful time. We did a lot of swapping back and forth of ideas of progress photos. Sometimes buddies don't want to see progress photos, sometimes they just want to see it at the end. Candace wanted to see progress photos, so I really was thrilled to see her page, and I am going to show you her page first because it's stunning, and you must go watch her her completed pages video because she'll explain what mediums she used and everything. But she's decided to do her page as a night scene, so here it is. And we talked back and forth about the colors, and I thought it was amazing and so cool and such a neat take. So she was hoping that I did a daytime version, and of course that is what I did. So here is, so thank you, Candace. And here is my page. So my page is in the light, and holy moly, again, so many leaves, both on the plants here and in the weeping willow kind of tree or whatever that is. I'm really happy with my tree and how that turned out. Neocolor 2 for the water. I used the Staedtler pigment pens. For most of this, I did use some silver gel pen and some dual hybrid gel pen, and you'll see hopefully the reflection in that. We both did the same for our hourglass that she's holding. But yeah, really happy with how mine turned out. I love the colors. I love everything about it. I'm really happy. I saw these as flowers with a lot of leaves, so some kind of there's a lot of blooming bushes here where I am right now, so I think that also helped inspire me for that. But I've got scales that so yeah, so I will show you now both pictures side by side, because I think that that's kind of cool. So here's Candace's picture, and yeah. So thank you so much, Candace, for buddy coloring with me, and thank you for doing a different twist on the page so that they really kind of looked really cool. We have a day and a night version. And that are all the pictures for today. I told you I left the best for last. So thank you so much for joining me today. Please go ahead and if you like what you see on the channel, consider subscribing. I only ask once a month, and so this is that time. So if you like what you see on the channel and want to come along as we complete many pictures, then please consider subscribing. All right, take care, my friends. I hope you have a creative and colorful weekend, and happy Easter. There will be no videos next week. I am taking a week off. So happy Easter. This completed pages is coming a little bit early because I thought I would do it Easter, but I decided just to get it out there so we could all enjoy Easter. All right. Take care, my friends. Bye-bye for now.